part of the Press Play Podcast Network.
Welcome back, everybody, to Podcast 616, the official podcast of Earth 616. I'm your host, Damon Royster, and today, oh man, no one asked for it, but I know you're dying to hear it. We're finally talking about Iron Man 1, aka the one that started it all. The reason we're all here, the first Marvel movie. This is the first one. Joining me to go on this wonderful journey. First of all, we have two wonderful guests. I truly can't believe they said yes. I tricked them. Our first guest is a wonderful Chicago comedian. You know her. You love her. It's Maggie Winters.
What up?
What's up? Maggie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I basically just woke up and then watched the movie and then came here. Well, not a lot going on yet.
I love it. And you know what? Let me tell you, the stakes could not be lower.
So glad to hear that.
Oh, man. I love it. I love it. Our second guest is most known for being Maggie's friend. They're also a writer and comedian and podcaster in their own right. Please welcome Hannah Rehak. Hello,
Hey.
Hannah.
Hey,
Who?
hi.
Wait, who is this?
What? No, Maggie, it's me.
She said you guys knew each other.
I'm trying to think.
Your friend.
I'm thinking.
You know what? You'll post pictures of us together. Actually, Maggie, I don't think we have any photos together. Known you for a decade, don't have any photos.
I really don't think we do. That's sick.
Damn. I also feel like I have no photos with any of you.
I have photos of you, Damon. Of
you.
Honestly, it's always about making sure you're being talked about. So I love that. So thank you. Keep
You're right.
that.
Yes.
Hannah, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I think I did something very similar to Maggie. I woke up, I set my alarm for 8 a.m. so that I could watch this 2-hour movie before 10. Turns out it's longer than 2 hours, and I got up at 7:30 or 8:30. So I still watched it, though. I just fast forwarded through the fight scenes. And I've seen the movie many times over, but I watched it this morning over a cup of coffee with the dog and the cat that I'm pet sitting. It was great.
Oh, did they like
Kind of
it?
a cool way. They
Yeah.
loved it. They won't shut up about it. You might hear the dog grumble in the background, actually.
Oh, man. Was he mad that there was no Don Cheadle in this one?
Pissed.
Initial thoughts. Like, Maggie, I'll go to you. Like,
Yes.
also, I mean, do you like Marvel movies? Was this a struggle to watch Iron Man 1?
So in 2021, I decided to watch all the Marvel movies. And I got hooked. Your girl was hooked. I knew I would like them, but I just had never watched any of them, and except for one Avengers movie. And then I was like, you know what? And I asked everybody how I should watch them, what the deal is, and they were like, order of release. So I watched them last year, and I think Iron Man's one of my favorites, if not my favorite. So rewatching was an absolute dream. I love the end. I love the truth is I am Iron Man. I would have added a honey at the end, but that's just me.
If you
this was the first Marvel movie. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, they have done other ones. Like there's been Blade, Fantastic Four, all the Spider-Man, Sam Raimi ones, but the one that started, this era that we're in, where they're all connected.
The Avengers era.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
that started it all.
Incredible. Oh,
truly.
You were also right that not a ton goes on in the movie. Rewatching it, when I first watched it, obviously I'm taking it all in, but rewatching, I was like, oh yeah, it's just boop boop, let me become Iron Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, oh wow, the middle part of this movie is just him training to become Iron Man, and we're like, you're gonna do it.
We already know. Yeah. Yelling at J.A.R.V.I.S every 2 minutes.
Yeah. Hannah, you've been saying...
Is it my turn?
Yeah. I've heard you
Can I go now?
You're saying it's good? You like?
Just mumbling in the background. I love it so much. But I think, it is only him making the suit, but it really feeds the part of me that loves, I was thinking this, it really feeds the part of me that loves makeover sequences. It's the same... Mm-hmm. It's the glow up in whatever, in Miss Congeniality, in every other movie, Princess Diaries. It's like the same thing, but it's whatever sexy, toxically masculine dude doing it, and it's so thrilling. And it happens how many times over? He makes like the first one.
Oh, the big
when
bulky
he's
one.
when he's in the cave. Then he makes the silver one that then explodes, and then he makes the other one, the shiny one, and then he paints it. So he makes it 4 times over in the movie. So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the plot.
That's the plot. And that's why you get Hannah Rehak. She will run through a plot.
Student of film.
Student of the film. But yeah, I think like this movie, it's so fun to watch. Because I don't know if you guys know this. I love Marvel. I'm hosting a podcast. So
what the hell?
Man, I'm so sorry to tell you this if you don't know, but Iron Man does die in the last Avengers movie. So so sorry.
Wait, what? No, that would be so crazy if I didn't get there yet.
Truly.
I sobbed my little heart out because I'm still kind of like in this, with the multiverse, I'm kind of like, where's my boy at?
Where's he at?
Yeah.
Where's my boy at?
Wait, am I remembering correctly? Sorry, I'm jumping to the last film, but he has like a moment with Spider-Man, Tom Holland, right before he dies.
Yeah, they have a little hug.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. You're like, we actually can't. That's not what we're doing.
No.
Actually, Iron Man 1, Hannah.
Please, Maggie's best friend. We have to stay on Iron Man 1. But I just bring up that last Avengers movie just because, like, watching this Iron Man 1, there's so many, like, callbacks that are in that Avengers movie. And it was just like, oh, makes me cry. Like, at the end when he says, I am Iron Man. And that's what he says when he, like, snaps his finger. Like, it's just, it made me feel emotion. But the emotion is for Robert Downey Jr. So let's shift our conversation to RDJ. Hannah Rehak, what is your relationship like with Robert Downey Jr.?
Erotic. It's and like I relationship. It goes both ways. I'm sure. If you met me, I'm sure. I think he's like so rewatching it, knowing I was going to talk about it with two people I respect for an audience of thousands. I was like, I could talk about how problematic he is and what makes him attractive. I mean, I could talk at length about it, and we simply don't have time. But until I undo heteronormativity within myself and heteropatriarchy within myself, he will be one of the sexiest people to me. Like, until I really dig all that out, and I haven't.
Wow. Yes.
He is so. He's powerful and he's sexy and I don't know. And not just in this role. Like, I loved him, and I think he's so good in the Sherlock Holmes movies too. I just think he's a wonderful actor. I mean, I know I'm purely objectifying him at this moment, but like
Oh no, this is the space to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
To do it.
Yeah.
This is what this is for.
Welcome to the Objectify Corner.
New segment. There's going to be a sound effect right here. Yeah. I just feel like he's so, and he's so naturalistic too as an actor, which is so, he feels like an improviser to me. Which I also find erotic. Spoiler alert. She loves her improvisers.
That's the one we got to work on. That's the thing we got to change.
You'd think it would have been kicked out of me.
Let me tell you, we need to stop finding improvisers attractive. All of us.
Immediately.
Something's wrong with us.
Shut it down. Yeah.
At 30, I'm planning on. I've got a couple of months, and at 30, I've decided I'm going to snap my fingers and I'm going to say, I am over improvisers, and it's gonna.
Just remember, there's something wrong with them. That's why they're doing it.
Yeah. Wrong with us.
Deep inside. Yeah, there's something wrong with us. Oh my God.
I would love to give space for Maggie to share any objectifying feelings she may have for Robert.
And I'm going to take that space. Thank you. Well, I will say this. Before I watched Iron Man, I think my relationship with Robert Downey Jr. was non-existent. Because, like, I don't really think I watched things that he was in. I never watched Sherlock. Or maybe, did I? I don't think so. But then when I started watching movies, I was hooked. I was like, love this guy. Is he problematic?
Like, as a real person?
Yeah.
I mean, so here's the tale. Okay. I will
break it down, please.
I'll break it down. So he was like a young Hollywood superstar, but he had a drug problem. He had a comeback where I really got to know him was season 4 of Ally McBeal. Yes. Thank you, Mom. My mom let me watch Ally McBeal with her, and Robert Downey Jr. was brought in to be the love interest for Ally McBeal in the 4th season, and they were really clicking, and like, she's quirky, he was quirky too, it was going to work out. But then in real life, RDJ got caught with like drugs in his trunk, and Fox had like a zero tolerance. So they fired him, really tanked Ally McBeal, which was already going
Oh
downhill.
yeah, Fox famously has a zero tolerance policy. Ridiculous. Sorry, go
Famously.
on.
That checks out. That's what they would put on paper. But then, so like this movie was like his big comeback. Like this is like a return.
Wow.
Like he had not been acting for like maybe 7-8 years. It had been a long time.
But he got clean during that time?
He got clean. He made an album, and then he
Excuse me? Excuse me? What did you just say?
if you go to Spotify and look up
No.
Robert Downey Jr., the
I'm
futurist.
No, you're
you will
kidding.
I am not kidding.
Oh my God. Thank you, Maggie, for like questioning that, because I just went along with like a bit.
Wait,
Oh, no,
what does it sound like?
Yeah, do a song.
Every breath you take. He does a cover of Every Breath You Take with Sting.
What?
He has
It's
a song.
genuine? Is it genuine?
A song
It's
called
like it's earnest?
It's Real, and he has a song called Man Like Me that has 1 million listens.
You ain't never had a man like me.
He also has a song called Smile. Come on, smile. Please.
Smile more, girl.
I love that I'm introducing this. I was talking to my roommate about this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to do this, but it says fans also like Jeremy Renner. What's going on?
No.
He sings
Are you telling me J.A.R.V.I.S has an album?
I feel sick to my stomach right now. What's going on? Yes, he has a. What
Stars, they're just like us. They have so many interests. It's only some of which they're good at.
Mm-hmm.
These people are like, I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm going to become a singer. And then Marvel was like, we can't let that happen. You're going to be a superhero instead.
Stand in front of this green screen.
Yeah.
What a good comeback.
I cut you off, David, though. What were you saying?
Man, what was I saying?
Your roommate.
You're talking with your roommate.
You were saying talking shit about your roommate.
No. No. The one next door? Never. We were just talking about this, and she let me know that the Futurist is actually something that Tony Stark is called in the comic books of Iron Man. They call Tony Stark the Futurist, and it's like, did he know? Did Robert Downey Jr. know what was coming?
Whoa!
Oh my God!
I'm just here to inform my minimal.
This is Conspiracy Corner.
Yeah,
yes.
Another segment.
We're out of Objectify Corner. We're back. We're Conspiracy Corner.
Okay.
And you won't believe we're going to be able to do both soon.
I have a conspiracy or a question. How do you get Gwyneth Paltrow to do this movie? Like, I feel like I was surprised that she said yes to this.
You pay her, right?
Oh no, she did this pro bono.
Oh,
it's her pro bono film.
Yeah, this is her volunteer work.
Maybe because she wanted to work with Robert Downey Jr. Like, she's an actress. I wonder if there was some excitement to like, wow, that'd be a cool opportunity. Because I think he's I could be wrong, but I think he's pretty well respected. I don't know. You just said maybe not at this moment, but I think he's.
That makes sense to me. I think they've both been around long enough where they like have interacted together.
Yeah, I love your sweet answer of like, she just wanted to act. So it's like she wanted the cash, okay? And she wanted
cash, but she has a lot of cash.
But this is what I'm saying.
She comes from cash.
They came to her and they were like, this isn't going to be one movie. This is going to be, because they plan things way ahead. You know what I mean? They were telling her like, in 10 years, you're going to dress as Iron Man and you're going to be flying around also. Bitch, get on board now, and then you can make your goop after.
Yeah, this is her goop seed money.
Yes.
Before that, she was like, how do I make skincare products? How? And they're like, we've got an offer you can't refuse.
It's like, Avengers. But with like what we were saying earlier with like the improv of RDJ, I think like their chemistry is, am I wrong? Let me know if I'm wrong. I love them together.
Yes, me too. Yeah.
It's
a broken part of me, but that part of me loves it.
Let's examine that. Hannah, let's dig deep. Why?
And I'd love to. That's why I'm here. That's why I brought my best friend Maggie Winters here to join you, Damon, to talk about
I really wanted her to get into it on the pod because I'm concerned.
I just think like it's like a classic. It's the classic banter and negging thing that you hope you grow out of. You hope and pray that you grow out of it. And then you find yourself in your late 20s being like, I'm still kind of turned on when someone's like, hey, Rehak. And you're like, oh, Hey, you know what I mean?
Hey.
God, that's not
Hey,
even my
Winters.
name, and I felt it.
You did it right. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Do you like their dynamic, Maggie?
I do like their dynamic. I do like that he's, a little bit of an asshole, and
Mhm.
but he's like obsessed with her, obviously.
Mhm.
She's
Um,
the only woman good enough for him not to be an asshole too.
yes.
Yeah.
The rest he can treat like dog shit.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry to Leslie Bibb.
oh my God, sorry, girl.
They also have chemistry, which is kind of fun that they let him actually have chemistry
Yeah.
with other women.
How did we feel about the little slut shaming moment at the beginning? Did that age well? When she's like, "I take out the trash."
Wait, remind me of this moment. I
It's when
literally just watched the
I
movie,
watched it an hour
so
ago.
yeah.
okay, it makes sense. It was at the very beginning, so it's been hours since you've seen it.
Oh,
So
shit.
it's like when the woman, the reporter, is like in Tony Stark's bed, and Gwyneth Paltrow comes in, and she's like, "Oh, part of my job is taking out the trash," meaning you.
Oh,
She like the reporter kind of starts it, quote unquote. They're being horrible to each other, but she's just like, you just like do everything for Tony Stark, and she's like what? You just get his dry cleaning, and she's like, I do anything Tony needs me to do, including taking out his trash. The door is that
Wow,
way,
she
or
just
something like
quoted
that.
it to us. That's a quote.
yeah.
Well,
So you knew the whole scene, and you acted. You're trying to be my friend. I get it. I get it. Why am
I was
I?
trying to act dumb so that Tony Stark would fall in love with me.
I
I was
want to be
dumb and
Mm.
dumb
clear.
and dumb.
Wait, is it? It's after the scene where he's in the military car. Because I started with that scene, so somehow my my movie started about
No,
5 minutes
is
in. But in that scene, he
no.
also makes a comment when the woman's like,
Mhm.
he's like, oh, you're a woman, and he's like, I'm looking at your cheekbones now. You know that part?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
that is how it
there's
starts.
that part. That's the very first scene. Yes.
Okay, so I'm not crazy.
No.
You
Okay,
have a different version.
I'm like, well, what's going on with my
You're like,
TV?
what DVD did you guys send me?
Hold on,
What was I
No.
watching?
It's just like a
Yeah,
filmed
that doesn't age
camcorder.
well.
no.
Okay. Just wanted to check. Also, maybe I'm pandering to my guests. I don't know. What's the right thing to say?
You want us to go off about men?
Yeah. Let's pop it off, ladies.
Say something really incisive.
First of all, no.
Uh,
Oh my God,
well, I want to shift to another character. I like to just go character by character.
absolutely.
And I think we got to talk about T. Howard, Empire himself, Terrence
Yes.
Howard, future recast. um, I think this is still a conspiracy. Have we heard the rumors about Terrence Howard in this movie?
No, tell us the
No.
rumor.
Well,
Conspiracy corner.
it's
It's rumor.
either I think publicly Terrence Howard says, "Yeah, I quit Marvel. I didn't want to do it." But then I think Marvel was like, "No, we fired Terrence Howard. Like no one got along with him." Which I don't think anyone's ever done.
Dang.
Yeah.
Why? Does he have a reputation of being hard to work with?
Yep.
He does.
Like
You
I
gotta
feel like
respect it. He's done so many great things. I'm like, sure, you do,
right.
but why not?
And I think he would agree that he's done so many great things. I think that's the issue.
Yeah. He'd be like, yeah, actually I have.
Yeah.
And name them. Hannah.
So he was in Empire, and also no, he was also in was he in the I wasn't stressed until I started trying to actually answer correctly. But was he in that movie about he's a young person? Wait, let me look it
The
up.
movie about the young
I don't
person.
wanna-
Absolutely.
I love that one. That one's so good.
Oh, Little Rascals. Yeah.
Little Rascals starring Terrence Howard.
The fear of being wrong runs so deep in me.
Oh.
It's unbelievable.
I wish I had an ounce of that. I will confidently say an answer. Someone will be like, that's not even close to the truth.
God. I believe Hannah was trying to reach for Hustle and Flow.
No, I wasn't. I was wrong. I was actually just totally wrong about all of it. I will say though, I didn't know. I'm embarrassed to say I don't know the movie Four Brothers, but I did just go to the Academy Museum because I'm in LA right now and learned a lot about it. And I can't say
drop LA.
Yeah, if you could call me out on things I can't speak to. I was gonna say I learned so much about this film. I can't recall a single thing. I just remember watching the casting auditions, but they didn't include Terrence Howard's. What if The Best Man Holiday was the movie that I was thinking of? Where I'm like, he's done so many amazing things, like The Best Man Holiday. Red Tails, that is what I was thinking.
Oh,
Red Tails, which is the
about
George Lucas produced thing
Yes.
about the Tuskegee Airmen.
Yeah.
I went to the premiere of that. That's a name drop.
Wow.
When I say premiere, I mean an AMC showing in Chicago in 2012.
Is it a name drop to say? I mean, I don't know. My grandpa was a Tuskegee Airman, so
Whoa,
that's cool.
Are you serious?
I am. Yeah.
Name one thing that the Tuskegee Airmen did. Prove it.
One. WON.
So true. Wow. Holy shit.
Boo, boo, boo.
Wait, so I'm very interested in this.
Oh my gosh. This is not about Iron Man, but it's my grandfather, so please.
He's a real life Iron Man.
Honestly, yeah.
Cool.
God bless America.
He did lose his leg. My grandfather did lose his leg in the war. And he did have a prosthetic leg. So kind of a little bit.
When you were little, were you like, give me that leg?
No, I was my mom was like, don't talk about
that. That's fair.
We don't talk about the
Iron Man. My step grandma's dad had a hook hand. And I would I would stare at that hook hand. I would be like, I gotta get that hook.
Wait, that's a real thing? That was like a real thing they really did?
What is the practicality of having?
There was none. You could like grab things, but I think if you can't afford like he was also, this is probably, he was a lot older, so they didn't have the technology. They didn't have Stark Industries, you know what I'm saying?
I love it. Okay, this is great. Hopping back on to Stark. What about our dear friend Jensen, little man, the man in the cave?
Rest in peace.
I'm just gonna say this. I don't know how I feel about a person of color hurling their body into bullets for a wealthy white man. Mm-hmm. I don't know if Tony Stark did enough to earn.
No, absolutely not.
Right?
A week of him trying to build his one suit.
Yeah.
I'd be so angry.
Also, they really try to like make you not feel bad for him when they do that line when he's like, go see your family, and he's like, they are dead, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, so he can just die. It's like, no.
Yeah.
But then for the people that aren't convinced, he then says, I want this, and then you're like, and then he says it again.
He says it 2 times. I want this. I want this.
And then at that point, you're like, yeah, you should die. It's like, no, like that man did not have to do that.
Okay.
I felt all the guilt just go away from me. I was like, oh, okay, well, he wanted it. Okay.
So, as our producer Michael knows, this is an acting podcast, and of the two of you,
acting corner.
We're now in the acting corner. Maggie or Hannah, which one of you thinks you can do a better Jon Favreau impersonation?
Oh, I bet Hannah, because she said that it's her guy, so I just know.
Yeah, but I also said I loved Terrence Howard's work, and I was like, I don't know.
Well,
like, I just so didn't want to be wrong about Red Tails. You cannot even imagine the fear.
Maggie said you could do it, Hannah, and who would know you better than your best friend? So, Hannah, I want you to be Jon Favreau, and I would love for you to. I'll be the actor who played Jensen. Convince me to say the line, "I want this" as I'm dying, as Jon Favreau.
Oh, I'm doing it as a director, not
as a director,
performer,
yeah,
not as the actor Jon Favreau, not as the podcast producer Jon Favreau, who I did not know was a different person until way too recently, and I am in the podcasting world. It was embarrassing.
You are inhabiting director Jon Favreau, and you're going to give me the line direction to say, "I want this" as I'm dying.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. Can I take a second to like try to remember how?
Absolutely.
Okay, he's like Menschy. He's like Menschy Jewish. Talks at the front of his mouth. Damon, I want you really. There's a lot of comedy in the film. Make me cry.
Okay. Do you? Do you have any suggestions?
Listen. You want this? Okay. You want this?
I want this. Okay. And
action.
Cut.
That's real. Maggie,
the producer, Maggie, you come in, you throw a thing. You're like,
what
am I spending my fucking money on?
I'm gonna have a cigarette back here, and what is this?
Well, fun. I hope, Maggie, you have to do an impression later on. I'm gonna.
Oh, can't wait.
I get to play my impression card. I get to be like, Maggie does this one.
Absolutely. Well, we're all going to have a quick cigarette right now and take a quick break. And when we come back, maybe we'll talk about the plot of this movie. We'll find out. So hang on to your Iron Man suits. Podcast 616 will be right back after this break.
Hello, Brooks here with the Books with Brooks monthly book club podcast. Here's how Books with Brooks works. We read one book a month, and then we talk about it. Classics like Stephen King's The Shining, debut novels like We Are the Brennans by Tracy Lang, and tons of other compelling, life-changing stories, one book and 1 month at a time. So come read along with us, and then listen in.
Hi, my name is Sam Post, owner of Phenomenal CBD Store and PhenomenalCBD.com. That's like phenomenal, CBD.com. Tune in where we talk with experts about how the amazing hemp plant can make a difference for people's health and well-being from the Press Play Podcast Network.
Hey everyone, this is Don Mike Mendoza, the host of Producing While Asian. Join us in Season 2 for more conversations with actors, artists, producers, and more from Broadway, Hollywood, and beyond, every other Wednesday on the Press Play Podcast Network.
And we're back. Ugh, I didn't like that. I'm so sorry. But we are back.
It's the We're Back corner.
We're back, everybody. I did want to talk about the tone of this movie. Am I wrong, or did you get like a very NASCAR vibe from?
I need you to explain that further.
Like film school term. It's actually a film school term, Maggie. Yeah. It's actually a thing that they say.
What is? Oh, really?
It's a NASCAR vibe.
No.
I believed it. I believed it.
It just every time.
No.
Every time there's a close up of like the machinery or the suit, it was like like it just was like this. Like I described it as metal, and the people I was watching it with told me I was wrong, which I'm truly okay with that. I'm okay to be wrong about what is and is not metal music. The NASCAR, like hell yeah, brother.
Now that you say that, yes, and like him. But I do love his little hand motions when he's like doing the little like 3D and he's like doo doo da da. And then my favorite part is when he throws things away into the fake trash, the electronic trash can. He's like, no. Yeah. I'm like, thank God they had that detail. I wouldn't have known. They really needed it.
Yeah.
All I was gonna say is that it's very like epic. Like it's really like talking about the parts of me that the movie scratches. It's like the glow up thing that I like, and then also watching like a really great sports game, which I don't do frequently, but like when when it is good and when you are excited and when you're rooting for somebody, it's like it's at the intersection of that, and then it's a great comedy. Like it's really, I think it really holds up tonally, but it does all those things really, really well.
Oh yeah, like Absolutely. The comedy still works for me. Do you want to do comedy roundtable? Maggie, what was your favorite joke in this movie?
Oh, you can't do that to me. I have no idea.
Okay.
You guys go first. I know, but I don't think I remember one joke from a movie. That's insane.
I want your joke. I wish it was the misogynist. I love your cheekbones. You're like, I died laughing.
I think overall in general, I love Tony's snarky starky. I just thought of that.
Damn. And that's why I get Maggie for your podcast.
Yeah. That's why they pay me $1 million to do a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh my gosh. Check your mail.
What's your favorite jokes?
For me, honestly, even though I think he's a difficult actor to work with, I do think Terrence Howard is really fun in this movie.
Yeah.
So like their whole relationship and like I really love that cut.
I was gonna say that cut.
That cut when he's like, "Oh, just say it's a training exercise." He's like, "I'm not gonna say that." Cut to it was a training exercise. Like, I think that's funny.
Yes, that's
wild. Of all the jokes, Damon, that was also going to be mine. Like, genuinely, that was the one I pulled. Can you believe it?
I can't.
Okay, new best friend alert. Beep 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 beep.
Okay.
Beep, beep.
Hold on. Wait, that
Turn around,
was also mine. I just remembered.
Maggie, sorry, I'm going to kick you out of this Zoom real quick.
It's an elimination podcast. That's a funny idea.
If you try to kick me out, I'm gonna go full Iron Man and put on a metal suit and fly to LA and kick your ass
and start war.
Honestly,
start war.
I am not lying. I would be so flattered if you did that. You flew all the way to get me? That's crazy.
Yeah. How long would it take me to fly there? In the
As Iron Man?
Yeah.
What?
3 minutes.
3 minutes?
Are you serious?
He gets to that cave in the mountains. I don't know where they are. Seemingly the Middle East in the vaguely
Yeah. Right.
the Mideast 2008 way. He does that within he watches the footage and then you see him shoot around the world.
And where does he live? LA?
LA. Yeah, he's my neighbor actually.
Not anymore. Rest in peace.
I thought you were just gonna say rest.
Get some rest, David.
I rest my case.
I'll just kind of reiterate in a fun, playful way. I also love that edit, and I think that I think editors don't get enough credit. This is which I'm not the first person to say this,
Editor
probably
corner.
especially in this town. But editor corner. Shout out the editors. We should list the editor. They're probably amazing. But there's so much, and it's probably directing too. But that's cool that an edit can be a joke. I don't know, not to really say it too many times over, but maybe it's the improviser love in me or something. But it's just that the comedy can actually come from not ending a scene, but what you do directly after and how you do that is really fun. And I think this movie does it well. It's not lazy. It feels very intentional.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because, I think that's actually a really cool thing to say because the Russo brothers who directed the last 2 Avenger movies got their start in comedy. They directed Happy Endings and maybe something else. But I think there is comedy and action, I think really go hand in hand because we have good timing. And
yeah, we need to break up that tension too. Okay. We're well, what's going on in the world?
What else can we absolutely slay?
What else can we absolutely slay? Get merch made and put that on that.
Thank you. Man, I need more merch. Michael, we're getting merch.
Merch alert.
It's coming out of your paycheck.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, thanks. We're going to use that mill to get merch.
We love editors on this podcast. Not you, though, as the producer. I don't know if you also said it. Oh, God. Maybe you don't.
We have to give honor to our villain. The name I love to say it every time, Obadiah.
Obadiah.
That's his name.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That never registered for me.
Were you just bald Jeff Bridges?
Yeah, love it.
He's scary.
He's scary. I have to. Okay, this is another acting podcast. This is another fun impression off. I would love us all to do it.
Okay.
My favorite line that Obadiah says was Tony Stark built this in a cave with a bunch of scraps. And I would love to. That's the barometer. Can you top it? What can you take with this line? Can you reinterpret it in some way?
Oh, great. So it's not an impression.
It's like an interpretation of the line.
That. Okay.
Yeah.
You come to me at my daughter's wedding and you tell me you can't make this? Tony Stark built this out of scraps in a cave. That's what kind of my take on it.
I love it.
Thanks.
That's good. That's good.
So good.
Yeah.
That's so good. I don't think there's anywhere for me to go from there.
You can do it.
You can do it, Hannah.
Yeah.
My God.
Guys,
what you just said you won an Academy Award.
I did just say that. You're right. I did just say that. God dang it. Why do I always talk about my Academy Awards? Okay.
Get asked.
Okay.
You're wearing them like earrings right now. So
it's in the back. You can see them lined up behind me. Okay. I'm gonna do it as if it was me, I'm him.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll see kind of, it's hard for me to go to anger. I pretty much quickly go to hurt.
Okay.
Wow. Examine that.
Action.
Tony Stark built this in a cave with what does he say? With using fucking piles of crap.
It was a box of scraps, but I like what you said better.
He's like a pile of crap. Tony built this in a cave.
He built this out of dog shit.
What is it? Is it Meisner? Let's just see. We'll just keep saying it until we discover it. He built this in a cave. In a cave, he built this.
That was actually really good.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Can I please work with you now, Maggie?
No. Oh no! I'm so sorry. I just closed off my.
I just closed the deal with everyone else.
Yeah.
Well, before you close business, Maggie, I just want to ask Obadiah, do you agree with his plan? Was he right to try and kill Tony Stark? Are you against him? What are your Obadiah
Of course, I'm
thoughts?
against him. I'm Team Tony.
Yeah.
So, and the drama is that like it is kind of funny that they're like Tony's like we're not making weapons anymore, and then it is true he did get him when he's like, you made the biggest weapon of all. I'm like, damn, he got your ass.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
No, you're not wrong. But yeah, no, I'm Team Tony all the way.
Yeah. I do love that about Tony Stark. He's like consistently always in the wrong in some way. He's always trying to do something right, but it's not quite. You're still making violence.
Yes.
Well, it's like every Marvel movie.
They always call Marvel movies what? Material
Propaganda.
Oh boy.
Say that again?
Military propaganda.
Military, yeah.
And
it
It's very
literally
smart.
is. And also it's just like, it just occurred to him that he's like, wait a minute. My weapons are landing in wrong hands? Like, what? Like, he can't believe it. He's 45 years old and he's like, first time it's occurred to him that maybe weapons manufacturing isn't like the right thing.
And also, I want to put a little cloud over Pepper Potts, who's like, she's always like, stop being Iron Man, go back to just making missiles. Like,
it's insane.
Yeah, Pepper, no.
I'm like,
Pepper's like a libertarian. I don't know. She stresses me out. They kind of both are.
Also, I always forget how she's like his assistant, and they later give her more power in later movies, but I forget, like, she's his assistant?
Yeah.
Really?
I was surprised by talk about like the eroticism of their dynamic, but the dance scene, and also good editing. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. But they're dancing and it's like really charged. And then she's like, I'm gonna get a drink, or like, let's get some air or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then it immediately drops you into like they've already been talking, which is kind of cool. Like you don't like watch them go out to the balcony and then she's like, what was that about? It's not that. It just immediately is her being like because we can't, like, because that's too much, or do you know how that looks for me? Like it just like there's something that we're not totally getting to see between them. And then so we're already landing in this like pretty familiar dynamic in a way that it almost feels like the audience gets kept outside of their intimacy. And we kind of think they're not that intimate. It's like we're kind of experiencing their relationship from the outside. And then that's like this little glimpse of like, they've been together a lot, like they have been partners for a long time in a lot of ways. And we're like getting to briefly see it. And that's kind of fun.
This is Academy Award winning Hannah Rehak right here. Commenting this. That is what I want to see from you. That was beautiful. Are you drinking
my Oscar?
Oh
do you
my
love her?
God.
No, not Moscow Mule.
So for the listeners, I'm showing them an Oscar you can hear. That's what the Oscars sound like.
Yeah, very tinny.
It's so heavy.
Yeah.
This is me accepting the Oscar. Wow, it's heavier than I pictured. It's heavier than I pictured. Heavier than I thought. They always talk about how heavy it is.
Yeah.
Hannah, are you okay?
No.
Okay?
So, and if I were to win it,
Maggie, this happens all the time when you get to LA and you don't have an Oscar after 24 hours. You kind of lose it a little bit.
You fully break down.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm wearing a gown just in case.
Okay, I'm going to take this ship and go back to when we were talking about sexy connections on the dance floor.
Amazing.
And lead us into our sexy conversation of fuck, marry, kill.
Woo-hoo.
It's our favorite segment of This Week and Every Week. Fuck, marry, kill. 3 characters. I'm sorry to say, one of the characters we have not said one fucking word about, but I'm still putting them into the fuck, marry, kill. Where if we're going to fuck, marry, kill Tony Stark, Pepper Potts, and of course, the computer AI voice, J.A.R.V.I.S. I will be a gracious host and I will go first to allow my guest time to think. Okay, so you know what? This is kind of easy for me. My kill, I don't trust her. I think she is worse than we think. I think she is the Ivanka Trump. Maybe she is the Melania Trump of a violent empire, Stark Industries, and she is against Tony being Iron Man, which is the, anti-missile plan. So I'm going to kill Pepper Potts because I think
wow,
I'm saving the world. I'm going to my fuck because I love to try new things. I'm going to be fucking Jarvis.
Totally.
I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know what's going to
I have some ideas. Should we talk about them?
Do you want to brainstorm? I'm going to fuck.
I wrote down some ways I think.
But I think he's just going to be very complimentary. And honestly, that's what I'm looking for in a sexual partner.
Yeah.
Just let me know that it's okay.
Absolutely.
From like all angles, because Jarvis is everywhere.
Exactly. And my Mary, yes, is it hypocritical to marry the man who runs the weapon manufacturing company?
In your metaphor.
But you know what, Hannah, when you said like, oh, you're trying to get away from people saying, hey, what's up? Calling you by your last name. I'm not there yet. And I still think it's great. And I need someone to banter with. And totally. I need someone to keep up. And I think RDJ can do that.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel.
You stole my exact answer.
Would you like to go next?
Really?
Then? Yeah, that is also my answer. And similarly, like, I want to kill Pepper because it's like, who likes women? Like, let's kill women. Yeah. Exactly what you said, Damon. Yeah.
Oh no.
No, exactly the words you said. Women are bad. We should kill them. No, I want to, selfishly, like, I want the empire. So I know what's going to happen to Tony. He's going to die. He's leaving me all the money. And Pepper's I got to get her out of the way. So I'm killing her ass. Ooh. And then I got to get Jarvis on my side. So I'm kind of like, ooh, come on.
Damn, you're using wow, this is great. You're using your Marvel knowledge to get ahead in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Exactly.
Wow.
And then I'm going to chill. I'm just going to hang out with my money.
Would you change your name to Iron Maggie?
Yes. No, I was actually thinking Maggie Man.
Maggie Man.
Everyone at S.H.I.E.L.D. is like, are you sure you don't want to be Iron Maggie? It just feels like it would be.
I'm like, no.
And you're like, no.
Maggie Man's great.
Maggie Man.
Maggie Man.
Oh my God.
What about you, Hannah?
Yeah, please.
I really am conflicted. There was a time before when you posed this question over email. No, wait, that's the illusion of podcasting. There was a time when you said, which one? When you mentioned Jarvis, I was like, my instinct was to marry Jarvis because I would have all my needs taken care of. And then I was like, wow, that's a pretty codependent relationship to
We're
marriage.
Really working through some shit.
Yeah,
today.
you really are.
I'm so sorry.
Let's talk about it.
Oh, when people say that you can like, oh, I turn that off. I don't really know how to turn off parts of myself to a fault. So yeah, I guess I am. TikTok has been feeding me so much pop psych. Anyway, so it's top of mind. I was like, it would be fun to have all your needs taken care of and forever because Jarvis is just like going to be in perpetuity. But I think I actually would kill J.A.R.V.I.S. I think I want an equal in both.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, at least I think it would be too much.
You think you're better than J.A.R.V.I.S?
No, I think J.A.R.V.I.S is better than me. I think J.A.R.V.I.S can handle everything. And I'm like, I want to take care of myself. I want that. So I think I would fuck Pepper Potts.
Wow.
And then I think I would marry Tony because he makes me laugh.
Guys, are we all going to marry Tony?
I think so.
Here comes the brides.
I would do that. I would marry Tony with you guys. I actually think that would probably be more fun because he would be obsessed with all of us. But then we get to hang out when he's being Iron Man.
Yeah.
It's
the three of us
at home watching something on Jarvis. He comes home. He's like, I'm back.
Yeah, that would be fun. I would be into that.
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, honestly, you need to debrief when you're dating Tony Stark or married. When got married, imagine.
Totally.
Yeah, can you imagine? Oh my
God. Love this. Also, I forgot that we didn't even talk about Shield. Shield's in this movie. Phil Coulson. Honestly, something I need to grow out of. That was my old type. An old white man. Love it.
Really?
Yes.
Tell us more. Who else fits into that category?
Not anymore, but there was a time. There was a time when I was like, why not? I already act this way.
Oh, why not?
I love an early Sunday dinner, so
Yeah.
let's do it. A little bit about me. Beautiful. Y'all, this has been so dang fun. We got to do the things where we talk about our social media. Hannah Rehak, where can people find you online? Do you have shows coming up? When's your next award? Talk to us.
Yeah, I'm expecting an Oscar sometime this week. I have 11 more days in LA, so keep an eye out. My Instagram is at HMREHAK, and my Twitter is at INAMINATE, Inanimate Cub.
Ooh.
And where else? You can also find out a lot about me on my website, hannahreact.com. That's where I put my visual essays and podcasts and some of my comedy writing and my headshots.
Ooh, important.
Really important for people to be able to freely download.
Yes.
I mean, every Oscar starts with a headshot. And
then also if you that's true. That's beautiful.
True. That's really nice.
And if you go to Maggie's Instagram, she's probably posting about me somewhat frequently.
Yes. Yeah.
So Maggie, where can we see these fabulous photos?
All of TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I'm at Saggy Splinters. Saggy with an IE, not a Y. Don't want to trick you guys. I don't have a website because I'm a loser, but I should get one. And I post my shows I'm doing on Instagram, so you could DM me when's your next show, and then maybe I'll answer if I'm in a good mood.
She's never in a good mood.
Love that. She's the monster of the friend.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. This is Podcast 616. You can find us on Twitter at Podcast 616 P3. P3 stands for Press Play Productions, which is our network. Thank you for having us. I'm Damon Royster. You can find me at Damon Royster on Instagram, DaymanRoyster. Damon Royster 88 on Twitter. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Gay Fraser. That's gay with 2 A's. That's how gay it is. It's a fun time, everybody. That's where I work through my issues through him.
Okay, I'm sorry. I overshared. I'm sorry.
No,
I did.
Literally.
Can I talk to you really quick?
Yeah, I'm gonna start a whole podcast called "Let's Help Hannah."
No.
LHH. Kicking over. Thank you to our producer, Michael. Michael, do you want to hop on the mic real quick? What letter grade would you give this podcast episode?
Oh my god.
Well, I didn't know Robert Downey had an album, and I didn't know that he covered Sting, so I got to give it A+.
Yes.
Nice. We did it. We passed.
Michael, you can't stream that song anymore, but I will send you a link because Downey Jr. and Sting did a duet together on Ally McBeal, and
oh my god!
I guess it sounds like I'll be sending it to all of you.
Yes, please.
It's on YouTube, and it makes me
put
happy.
It in the show notes.
Absolutely, we'll link to it in the show notes. Trigger warning: it is the song "Every Breath You Take," which is the Stalker song. So I do apologize for that. Okay. Honestly, that's the story I really wanted to tell, and I'm glad I told it. That's the show. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Robert Downey Jr. Thank you, Iron Man. Oh my gosh, this is Podcast 616. Thank you so much for listening, and don't forget that with great power does come great responsibility.